Hi everyone, how are you? Hope you are doing well. Today I am going to record a new video. Every time the video is new for me. Today I am taking the content of class 9th and the content belongs to the first chapter. As you know, the first chapter is going on. Slowly, only few topics are remaining. Today I will talk about the chloroplast, means plastids and vacuole. These cell components, subcellular organelles are remaining to study. So today I will talk about these two subcellular components. Let's begin it with the plastids. Okay. Dear students, plastids are subcellular cytoplasmic organelles that is distributed in the cytoplasm. It is visible through light microscope, but fine structure can be seen only through electron microscope. Let's talk about the location. Location is inside the cell, in the cytoplasm. Okay. Besides this, they occur mainly in plants and protists. Absent in animals. They are present in plants, protists. Protists is a category. When you will study the classification later on, then you will get that protist is a category. We classified all living organisms in different categories. They are mononeurons, protists. Okay. In this way, protist is one of the type of category of certain organisms. So they are occurring protists and plant cells. Now, what are their types? There are different types. So we have to know their types. Dear students, chloroplast has a variety of types and a wide range of function and structure in plants. But they are basically classified into two broader categories. Plastids are broadly categorized into two categories. One is called the leucoplast and the second is called the chromoplast. Chromoplast. Dear students, let's talk about the leucoplast. Leucoplasts are the type of plastids which are present in the cells which are not exposed to the sun, where the cells not exposed to sunlight, means those cells which are not in front of the sunlight are those on which the sunlight will not fall. That type of cell will have the leucoplast. Okay. These leucoplasts are commonly function as the storage. So they are present in the storage cells. Okay, and they are further divided into mainly three type of leucoplasts. One is called amyloplast. Amyloplast, as you know, amylase is a enzyme that present in the saliva and it digests the starch. So amyloplast is a type of plastid leucoplast which used to store the carbohydrate storage. Second type of leucoplast is aleuroplast, and this aleuroplast used to store the protein. And the third type of leucoplast is elioplast. And they store the storage of oils. Okay, and the major property is that the cells in which these types of plastids are found, means leucoplasts are found, they are not exposed to the sun. I think you are well aware which part of the plant will not expose to the sun. That is the root, or maybe some parts of stem also. Okay, like the underground stem roots. Okay, so you can say their location mainly in roots and underground stems. Okay, roots like carrot, radish. Okay, underground stems like the turmeric, ginger, potato. So these type of leucoplasts are present in them. Okay, it is the type of leucoplast, the first type. Okay, now the second type of plastid is the chromoplast. They will have the color. Leucoplasts do not have the color, they are the colorless plastids. Leucoplasts are colorless plastids, and second type of plastids, they are called the chromoplast. Chromoplast having the different colors, and they are also broadly classified into two. One is the green chromoplast, and second is the non-green chromoplast. Non-green chromoplast. These green chromoplasts are found mainly in leaves of higher plants. In certain algae, they are also present. You know, algae are also having the green color. So they are present in the leaves of higher plants, and certain algae, they will have a green pigment, and that pigment is called And because of presence of chlorophyll, they are also called chloroplast. Okay, green chromoplasts are present in the leaves of higher plants and in certain algae. They will have a green pigment, and that pigment is called chlorophyll. And because of presence of chlorophyll, they are called the chloroplast. As you know, they are present in the cells which are exposed to the sun. Means those cells which trap the sunlight, that receive the sunlight, they will have the chromoplast. Okay. Non-green chromoplast, they are of different colors. They are of different colors. Okay, orange, red, yellow, it is different colors. And these colors is due to presence of carotene. Carotene is pigmenting material. Okay, so these are of different colors. They will have the orange color, they will have the red color, they will have the yellow color, or they can be have some other color also. And these colors are due to presence of carotene in them. And these type of chromoplast, those that not have the chlorophyll in them, they are called chromoplast. Non-green chromoplast. Okay, and those who will have the chlorophyll in them, green pigment in them, they are called the chloroplast. Okay, so chromoplast are of two types: green chromoplast and non-green chromoplast. The students, in this chapter, our purpose is to study the chloroplast, because we are mainly focused on the plant cell. We have to mainly study about the chloroplast. Okay, so let's talk about the chloroplast now. Location, where they will locate it. I think I just before some time recited about the location of these chloroplasts. Found in leaves of higher plants and in certain algae also. Okay, they are found. Now their shape size, so they are generally spherical, ovoid means oval shape, discoid or lens shaped. They are in different shapes. Let's talk about their structure. We need some more space to draw the diagram of. That's why I am erasing this. Okay. Structure. किसका? Of chloroplast. As I said, I am try to make a oval shape. Okay, and they will have a double layer membrane. It is very difficult for me to draw the diagrams with marker on board because it is slipping too much. In this, though the diameter is uneven, but you have to consider it a even diameter. Okay. This is. Now they will have the special structures in them. These are seems like the coin hips. Coin hips, like the many coins are kept in a pile. Pile, you know. In this way. You can make many. Similarly here also, in both the sides. And rest of all the matrix. Okay, this is outer membrane. Outer membrane, it is inner membrane, these structures are called grana, and this liquid part is called stroma. Stroma. Liquid part is called stroma. Okay. Now let's talk about the structure. The chloroplast is a vesicle that is bounded by a double layer membrane. You are seeing here double layer membrane. The chloroplast is a vesicle that lies in the cytoplasm and bounded by a double layer membrane. The outer membrane is smooth and highly permeable for smaller molecules, but the inner membrane is selectively permeable, and this carry the carrier proteins for the to control the passage of molecules. The inner space is filled with a colorless granular matrix like the mitochondria. Mitochondria will also bounded by a double membrane, and it is also filled with a matrix. Likewise, the chloroplast is also bounded by a double layer membrane and filled with a matrix. The matrix is granular, colloidal. Okay, it is not just like the liquid, it is harder than the liquid. Okay, colloidal in structure. The inner membrane has numerous folds. In mitochondria also, the inner membrane has numerous folds. In chloroplast also, the inner membrane has numerous folds, and these folds set free in mature chloroplast. In mitochondria, the inner membrane fold is not free, but here in mature chloroplast, the inner membrane is free. Okay, and these free membranes form the oval sac-like structure, membrane bounded oval sac-like structure. I am talking about one of them in this way. Okay, so this oval sac-like structure, and these are called the thylakoids. Thylakoids. Numerous thylakoids are joined together in the form of a pile, and these piles are called the grana. Grana is the plural number, singular number is granum. Okay, like the mitochondria is plural and mitochondrion is the singular. So these inner membranes fold get free in mature chloroplast and converted into a membrane bounded sac-like structure. These sac-like structures are joined together in the form of piles and called grana. The matrix part is colloidal and it contains many things like proteins, lipids, ribosomes, circular DNA, RNA, and metallic ions, certain metal ions, and they form the matrix. Okay, so this matrix is called stroma, and this stroma has all these components in them. This stroma has proteins, lipids, ribosomes, circular DNA, RNA, and metallic ions. And because of presence of circular DNA, they are capable to duplicate, make their own copy. And because of presence of ribosomes, they are able to synthesize some of their own proteins. That's why they are also called as semi-autonomic organs. What they called? Semi-autonomous. Autonomous, those who are not depend on others for their function, they are called autonomous, swatantra, swayakshasi. But the word is semi because it requires material from the cytoplasm. That's why this is able to synthesize its protein, it is able to make its own copy, but the material which are required to do these functions, it depend on cytoplasm. Okay, that's why it is semi-autonomous, not complete autonomous. Okay, so this is the structure. Now, this inner membrane folds, which I said the thylakoids, are called lamellae also. Okay, it is called lamellae and it is called stroma. Means matrix is called stroma and lamellae is called thylakoids that piles into the grana. Okay, these two parts are there. I think you are understanding the structure. Where? See here. This chloroplast has major two parts. One is the lamellae. This lamellae is the infolded inner membrane. Infolded inner membrane become free in mature chloroplast. Okay, chloroplast, and for a membrane bound sac-like structure, oval sac-like structure, and these structures called thylakoids. I think now you will be clear. Okay, thylakoids arranged in piles, heaps, and called grana. What called? Grana. Okay. So this is the one part of the chloroplast. The inner membrane folds and folds become free in mature chloroplast, and this fold is converted into a oval sac-like structure. These sac-like structure are called thylakoids, and these thylakoids arranged in piles and form the grana. Dear students, these thylakoids has the special property. Do you know what property they have? Actually, these thylakoids have the chlorophyll, and chlorophyll is able to trap the radiant energy of the sun. Okay, so these thylakoids will have the chlorophyll, and their thylakoids are able to trap the solar light. The second part of the chloroplast is the matrix. It is granular. Different smaller granules are there. Granular colloidal fluid. Okay, and this fluid contain water, that is necessary. It will contain water, proteins, lipids, as I said earlier, lipids droplets, circular DNA, ribosomes, RNA, and metal ions. And because of presence of ribosomes, it is able to synthesize its own protein. Because of presence of circular DNA, it is able to make its own copy. That's why it is called the semi-autonomous organelle of the cell. Okay, let's talk about their function, what they do. Actually, students, grana will have the chlorophyll. Grana are having the chlorophyll, and you know, and you studied also, that photosynthesis is a process in which the solar energy trapped by the chlorophyll and converted into carbohydrate by combining carbon dioxide with it, water and carbon dioxide with it. Okay, so that is the process of photosynthesis. Dear students, grana is the site of light reaction. Means what happens in light reaction? Light reaction, evolution of oxygen molecule. You know, photosynthesis will release the oxygen, so that happens in the grana part. Okay, and that chlorophyll remove the oxygen from water. Now the hydrogen is remaining. That hydrogen combined with the carbon dioxide to form the carbohydrate, and that will happen in the stroma part. Stroma is the site of dark reaction, and what will happen in this synthesis of carbohydrate. Okay, synthesis of carbohydrate. And you know, photosynthesis is the process of making food by the green plants. Okay, and this photosynthesis will happen in the chloroplast of the cell of the green plants, and that's why the chloroplasts are called the kitchen of the cell. They are called the kitchen of the cell. Okay, now let's talk about their function. What they do? Functions. First, they do the photosynthesis, means chloroplast combine water and carbon dioxide in carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is an organic chemical. It means the chloroplast convert radiant energy. Radiant energy, I am talking about the solar energy. Radiant energy into chemical energy. This function is done by the chloroplast. Chloroplast converts the radiant energy option into chemical energy in presence of chlorophyll by combining water and carbon dioxide. Okay, and this process will happen in the chloroplast. Okay, second function, what it do? Do you know they will have the chromoplast? Chromoplast have the colors, and you know that the flowers, fruits will have the color. Okay, chromoplast imparts, gives color. Which type of color? Attractive color. You know the most attractive part of the plant is the flower. Colors to flowers. Then what will happen? Because of attractive color of the flowers, the insects being attracted towards the flower, and that attract insects and help in pollination. Because of the attractive color of the flowers, insect being attracted towards the flower, and they stick the pollen grains of the flower and distribute on the other flower. They will help in the cross pollination. That is the importance of the plastic, means chromoplast. Now the chromoplast give color to fruits also. Have you seen the tomato? It is red in color. Mango, yellow in color. That attracts animals. Animals, we are also animals. Attract animals. Then what will happen? Animals and help in what? Help in dispersal. What dispersal? Dispersal of seeds. Okay? So these are the functions of the plastic. The chloroplast help in the synthesis of carbohydrate, means plant food, converting the radiant energy into chemical energy, and rest of the plastics help in the giving the color to the flowers that attract the insects and help in pollination, give color to the fruits, and help in dispersal of seed. I think this video will help you to understand. I will talk about the next topic later. Till then, stay home, remain safe. I am going to make another video also.